Alrighty, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are located at the moment. And welcome to our XR event of today. We have some very interesting companies presenting their XR solutions from Nordic countries. And also you're able to use the chat of the platform to ask any further questions if you have any. To begin with, my name is Henrik Helin. I'm the CEO and founder of 360 Media House. And currently we are on our platform 360 Lectures, which is our platform for schools and educational institutions to conduct live events, live seminars, both on web and also in VR. So this event can actually be entered with VR goggles also. So this is our take on what the school industry might need. So let's begin with the agenda of today. So first off, we will have Maria Halava-Napoles from Consulate General of Finland in New York presenting, and then after Maria, I'll be taking the stage more officially, and then presenting 360 Media House and our offerings and our products. And then we'll have Meri Arikok from Mekiwi. And then after Meri, we'll have Lauri Perämäki from ZOAN presenting their VR productions. And then after Lauri, we'll have Victor Parrino from Sense of Space displaying their AR solutions. And then in the very end, we'll have CEO of 3D Bear, Yusikayala, also presenting today. All right, so let's kick off this event. And like I mentioned, if you have any questions regarding the speeches, the platform, and if you have any technical difficulties, you can go ahead and use the global chat to ask questions, and our technical support will do their best to help you guide the way. All right, so like mentioned, Maria Halava-Napoles will be our first speaker of today. And I'll go ahead and invite Maria on stage. So there we go. We'll have a 5-second countdown, and then we'll have Maria on stage. Excellent. Go ahead, Maria.
Thank you, and good morning from New York. On behalf of the Consulate General of Finland here in New York, I would like to warmly welcome you all to this 1-hour webinar on next generation XR solutions for employee training. We are very proud to host this webinar together with the City of Helsinki and Kuittinen Consulting. Over the past few years, the Finnish government has made substantial investment in virtual reality industry. Business Finland, our trade promotion organization, has funded dozens of VR startups. One of the great success stories in the industry is a company called Varjo, which closed a $54 million Series C last year and is providing XR solutions to leading businesses around the world. The demand for new kinds of digital offerings has been evident also here in New York, where some of the presenting companies have provided new kinds of solutions, for example, to schools and museums. As we know, the past year has been challenging everywhere in the world. We have all needed to adapt to new ways of working during the pandemic. In practice, this has meant a change from face-to-face interaction to remote meetings and webinars. Even though everyone seems to be a bit tired of the continuous teleconferencing, the shift towards solutions that provide proximity without physical presence and learning without a classroom has become evident. The need for accessibility without a physical presence will not go away after the pandemic is over. Businesses, schools, NGOs, as well as cities and governments are all trying to find out new innovative ways to engage with and educate the employees. Today, we will hear examples from 5 Finnish companies on how XR can be used for this purpose. I hope that you will enjoy today's webinar, and I would like to thank you once again for joining us today. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Maria. And like mentioned, I'll be taking the stage next. So I'll be presenting 360 Media House today. And then let me go ahead and access my screen share. All right, and there we go. So 360 Media House, founded in 2017, is basically driving towards enabling virtual reality content creation. So as we see virtual reality as pretty much the next step of media content after text, after audio, after video, and after telecommunications, we see that virtual reality is the next natural step in the development of communication and media experiences. So as we were first reading about stories, hearing about stories, seeing stories, now we actually get to experience what it's like to actually be within the story itself. So let's begin with what the problem we saw with VR content in general. Basically, we noticed that the cost of production was extremely high. It always required very high-level technical expertise, creating all these VR environments and VR stories, VR experiences, and it was really not for everyone, unfortunately, because of the high costs of the content. So that was the problem we first struck and we wanted to solve. And what the solution we came up with and developed was actually a software as a service product for virtual reality content. And we actually took some effects from video as well. We noticed that first with video, there was big production houses creating these big projects and productions. And then in the end, we had movie theaters and we have TV broadcasts displaying those. But then then in the later on, we had YouTube enabling pretty much anyone to create content for video. So that's why we want to jump in directly to the YouTube phase of VR media. So VR on the go, we like to provide our solution to pretty much work on any device whatever is in the use of the content creator. So here's our pretty much our solution, our products at the moment. We provide the SaaS product 360 Editor, which is actually a very simple to use platform for any content creator, or even, let's say, for example, we have many schools at the moment using it. So basically any student can go ahead and start creating their own VR content and publish them on VR headsets. 360 Media Player it's a free to download from Oculus at the moment, and also Android, and we are pushing in iOS and also Pico goggles and any other VR goggles. We are also developing our platform or our application to work on it. So 360 Media Player basically is displaying the content made with 360 Editor. And 360 Lectures, like I mentioned in the very beginning, is our online platform for real-time lectures and other events such as this one. Just a quick run through on how the platform works is basically the creator captures 360 content or renders in 3D the content, uploads them on the platform, and then starts editing, adding buttons, adding actions, embedding videos, and we have a few sweet new features coming in regarding gamification. I'll go ahead, I'll display them later on. But yeah, very simple to use, five simple steps, and that's how 360 Editor is used. And here's a refreshment on 360 Lectures. Just as simple, just add in information, add in photos, add in 360 images, even for the teachers or the presenters to showcase to their audience. Very simple to use and only requires just a few minutes to prepare, and then it's off the go. Here's a simple case for schools. How a school can utilize our products. Basically, the students or the teachers can go ahead and create their own content with 360 Editor. So let's say educative content or maybe workshop projects for students. Both can use the tool and then create their VR content and then share them within the class, for example, or even a broader, wider audience, and then come together in 360 lectures to have those lectures and those sessions. So very like all around product it is. And like I mentioned, we have a few sweet new features coming in. So for example, here we're using 360 photos or 360 videos, to which we are adding on hands and also 3D objects. For example, here is this training for emergency rescue. So basically, the student gets to like actually maneuver all those actions they should be doing on the field. And yeah, like I mentioned, it's a real environment, so real 360 photos or real 360 videos where actors involved. We're able to create games within those environments. And I'll quickly display here. For example, here's a defibrillator also being used with their own hands. There we go. So basically putting in the defibrillator, the stickers, and then going through the entire maneuver here. All right, just not to put too much. There we go. I'll move on, so we'll have time for the rest of the guys as well. Yeah, just here a few use cases we've done so far. 3D printing, for example, the entire course we did for University of Turku, and also safety training in the construction site is also very, very useful. So all the visitors are able to like put a headset on and go through the safety training within a few minutes, and then enter the site. So they'll be well educated in that sense already. And also live stream lectures in VR, which was a very, very interesting case, which students were able to attend the classroom with their VR goggles from all around the world. And yeah, VR is amazing. And then in the very end, some of our customers we've been working with so far. So as you can see, there's a huge variety from schools, universities, to kitchen supplier, to boat manufacturer, all the way to energy drink provider. We did this rally VR experience for Monster Energy. So there's a huge variety of different industries that can utilize our platform at the moment. All right, and here's my contact information. You can go ahead and grab a screenshot of the screen, so you'll have my information later on. And like mentioned, I'm in the chat as well. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them there, or send me an email, or give me a call. All right, thank you very much. And let's see, I'll take myself off the stage. There we go, and I'll go ahead and proceed to our next speaker of today. Meri from Mekiwi will be telling their story in, there we go. Now you should have the invitation for the stage. Meri, there we go, 5 seconds, excellent. And here we go.
All right, great. So hello everyone, and once again, thank you for joining this webinar, and thank you, Henrik, for this awesome platform. It works really smooth, and it does the simple job without adding too complicated features. And thank you to the Finnish Consulate in New York and City of Helsinki and Kuittinen Consulting. So I will be talking about Mekiwi. First of all, Mekiwi, my name is Meri Arkok, and I am the account manager of Mekiwi, which is an XR development house from Northern Europe's technology hub, Oulu. And we have solutions that focus on tailor-made immersive XR experiences, so augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality software for business clients with gamification elements. We also develop and publish VR games such as the Cave Digger, our successful virtual reality game, which is available in all major platforms under our parent company, VRkiwi. And there's also one of the largest XR development teams behind Mekiwi's success. So we have one of the largest teams in Finland. And like I said, we are focused on trainings and simulations. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you 3 examples of our most latest virtual reality and extended reality prototypes that we have developed this year. And these are heavily focused on events and also trainings and simulations. The first one coming right up is going to be an electrical box simulation in mixed reality, which aims to teach electricians or electricity students how to connect cables and so on. And keep in mind that you can replace this physical tool with anything else so that it suits your own training needs. In those mixed reality trainings, the advantage is that it has eye tracking, so the system understands where the user is focused. Also, you can use your bare hands. You don't need to use anything else. No controllers, nothing is needed. Second coming up is going to be the Histology Xr. I'm going to give more information to you during the video. And the last one is the AR invitations. So if you have an event like this one, for example, or a seminar or webinar, you can send augmented reality invitations, the interactive ones, and give information on the event to your potential attendees beforehand. So I'll just start the video right now. So this is the electrical box experience. Like you see, all the cables and the connectors are virtually designed, but the box is real. And also, the user here is using their bare hands. This is just a prototype view, but you can just learn how to pound a nail or prepare food, or how to perform a checklist on a device. You can just put a 3D model of the device there, the machine, and then the maintenance person can be trained. This is our Histology Xr. It's a prototype where you can study microscopic images and samples in an immersive virtual environment, giving you all the freedom to zoom, seamlessly switch between samples, collaborate with other medical students, for example, and teach peers. So with this Histology Xr, you can, switch the samples, move them around. It has hand tracking capability, and it has also eye tracking capability. This eye tracking, for example, you can see an example of it. Like you select the sample, and then it can track like where the user is focused actually. If a certain element on the image is noticed, if so, how long, and where the user looked at. It is analyzed, so it has data collection points as well. You see, it now senses that the markers are being noticed. And then it fully reports the experience. So what happened, how did the, for example, medical student perform, how many samples or markups were there, and how many of them were noticed. Like you see here, it's 3 out of 5. So basically, the key features of this would be you can import images, like I said, of biological samples into Histology Xr from any source. No need to use controllers or a mouse. You don't need to, try to use a small monitor to teach others, for example. It is fully immersive. It's in a virtual environment. Just move your head, and then you see different parts of the sample. Track how long the user looks at these samples, and also medical students, or let's say medical school teachers, will be able to show those markups better to their students, and they can collect data points, like I said. This is great for practice sessions and examinations in medical schools, and also instructor-led sessions in medical schools. And these are our AR invitations. So there you see, you have a physical card there, but we overlay virtual information on the card. This is great for event invitations. It's really simple. You can also send attending or non-attending information here, give information on the speakers, sell tickets to events, add their event video. Like this is our virtual reality Nordic event, which we have organized in 2020. And due to the pandemic, we did not do it this year, but I'm sure that next year we will be able to do it. And if you have any questions, or you would like to talk more about our XR solutions, I'll be here, and also I'll be writing down my information, email and phone number to the chat, and looking forward to meet you. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Meri from Mekiwi. Very interesting stuff. All right, next up, we will have Lauri Perämäki from ZOAN presenting to us. So I'm going to go ahead and invite, there we go, Lauri on stage. If you could accept my request, then we can move on. Perfect, thank you. So a few more seconds and Lauri will be on stage.
Glad for the opportunity, and thank you from ZOAN's side as well. I'll try to keep my presentation brief. So what we talk about here with the virtual showroom idea is rather a method of creating virtual content that is also XR ready, and some examples on those productions, purely XR related productions here as well. And we are a group of 3D and game engine professionals. We get a large freelance network also to cater to even larger productions, and up to 100 people working with us for 10, actually currently even 11 years. We started working with 3D graphics, combining it with Unreal Engine, which is the game engine we use that allows us to create greatly graphical content for either VR headsets, touch screens, and even web browsers. So whatever the method of current times is, but the 3D and the Unreal Engine game engine is the base from which we create our content. We have been working for 10 years with some of the largest companies in technology industry, even cities and countries to say. What we started mostly at, it was around 5 years ago when we created a virtual Helsinki environment that could noticed by the technology companies as a greatly graphical, high quality virtual reality environment. And you can find the Senate Square scene here from Unreal Engine's brochures that they share in physical events, and we're sometimes discussing that people coming across this place may not know that it's actually a real city location rather than something from a game to say. And lately I used to explain to my friends what I do for work, something related to computers, but now, at least in Finland, we're mostly known for the virtual concerts you see there, the two examples on top of the slide. And oh, you guys did this one. So we have been creating for the last year a lot of virtual concerts of different sizes, but still focusing on the large concerts made for the certain audiences where we feel that those content are best showcase for the people, or where we can take advantage on some of the better advantages of virtual concerts, latest from which is the Nightwish virtual concert you see at the right upper corner, which gathered up to 150,000 people from 108 different countries. But then what I want to discuss today is the virtual showroom that we have been working on for a while, which is the interactive 3D brand experience. And what we want to provide this, it's used for sales, lead generation, marketing, events. The main thing we try to provide with using high graphics content and bringing it to the web browser is we want to provide time for those companies. All companies and organizations, they perfect their message over years, and we just want to provide them the time and the interest towards that content that they deserve. Either in the phases of pre-marketing, we can generate content from within the project file, and we can also host virtual events in these virtual showrooms and create experiences which those people participating will remember for a while later on. Here's one of the projects we have worked with Stora Enso, which is actually produced for Vario, which was mentioned earlier, creating the really high quality virtual reality headset. And we are just showcasing an example that we're able to produce the kind of AAA video game quality content for those virtual reality glasses as well. And this is also a virtual showroom which takes you to take a look at some of the things that trees can do currently and in the future as well. Here's something related to Factory, which was actually originally used only for a trade fair. We created this, application for a 50-inch touchscreen, combined with two even larger screens on the wall. However, after doing this trade fair, which was a success, the salespeople, told their, project manager basically this is one of the better things that our marketing team has done for us. So we actually provided a web-based, sales tool for them as well from this scenario. And here are some of the other showroom projects that we're, still working on some of them, but like we're doing things with virtual events for Nokian Tires, digital diplomacy for the foreign ministry, and also events and lead generations for Genelec, one of the Finnish well-known manufacturers. Here's something, a bit of a treat. The main point of this is also just starting to create that 3D content and bringing it to the game engine allows us much more than the things you may see in web. It actually is the, starting place for creating, really impressive content, which you can use then here as an example in a LED screen to create, movie quality material just using the game engine. And here we can have the sunset for you all day. And if some of the mountains is bothering you, or your producer doesn't think that it doesn't fit the picture, we could just move it around and make it a better for your needs. And what's the whole thing? So here's the complex picture instead of nice looking pictures. So we really try to focus on creating that interactivity during your either sales meeting, event or whatever have you, and try to have people spend a bit more time with that. And then also doing the material for pre-marketing, or whether you have a live event, whether it's produced in a virtual way, using a green screen or not. Even if you do traditional methods, you can still bring in people for your virtual showroom. This is all working on web, no extensions, no downloads, nothing. Main point being, get started with 3D now, and where you place whatever technology you're working with, we want to provide the 3D and the game engine knowledge to create your content in a virtual way. I will also provide my contact information, in the chat box, after my turn is finished. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. I'm Lauri from ZOAN, and someone else's turn. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Lauri from ZOAN. ZOAN does some very, very beautiful stuff, and very interesting to see what comes next. All right. Next up, we will have Victor Pardinho from Sense of Space introducing their AR technology. So I'm going to go ahead, Victor, invite you on stage. So please accept it, and we can give the floor and the stage to you. Victor, there we go. Thank you. And just a few seconds, and Victor will be on stage.
Good. So hi, everyone. I'm Victor from Sense of Space, and I'll be telling you how we are powering the future of holograms and volumetric videos. Here. So holograms or volumetric videos, it's a person capture on a volumetric video studio, which means instead of capturing only one angle, we capture several angles and turn that person into a 3D model that moves and looks just like they do in real life. And that can be transported to augmented reality, virtual reality, the web, or anywhere, and is an actual 3D version of the person that you can walk around, come closer, back. So it's not just a 2D video, but it actually has depth and 3D data. The use cases for what we call holograms can be several. For example, training is a perfect use case for soft skills, healthcare, and many other types of training situations. For example, telepresence as well. That's the president of Israel, done by our partners at TetaV. So anytime you need an authentic representation of a human in 3D, that's the best technology to use. And you don't need an in-house technology team. Everything happens very close to recording a normal video. And with our platform, it's just like using a video and publishing to the web, which I will show next. For example, for training situations, this is an example from 4DR and Velicus in the Netherlands, where they are doing a CPR training using volumetric video or holograms in augmented reality. And you can see how human it feels because it's an actual person that has been captured in a 3D way. So it's not an avatar that looks weird and moves weird. And the connection with the user is, of course, way more engaging because they see that is an actual real person that has been on that situation and is now training you or showing you what are the best procedures. So where to capture a hologram? Everything starts by capturing your hologram. And for that, there are several studios around the world. We have partners for capturing in North America, in Europe, a studio opening in Tampere later this year, for example, in Finland. And we also have partners in Asia. We don't work with the capture, so we send you to a partner of us that where you're gonna do this hologram capture, which is basically like going to a video studio and shooting. And once you have your data, we help you with that data. So we have a platform that calls Sense XR, where you can import your hologram, you can edit just like editing a 2D video, and you can publish right away to the web AR or VR, which means that there's no downloading apps. Nobody needs to download anything or use expensive hardware. You can embed on a website, for example. You can share in web ARs, so they can like scan a code with their phones and check the hologram on their own environment. And again, that comes from the cloud. This is streaming, so they don't need to download anything. Everything streams from the server. Or you can also use for VR experiences if you are doing a more immersive, like serious training. You can also have analytics after you publish and after you are sharing your hologram experience. So you can monitor views from anywhere in the world, which city, which country. You can learn how much time the user is engaging with the content. If you have like tasks or buttons that the user needs to do or press, you can also track all of those and get exactly how many tasks they are completing, how many buttons they are clicking, or if the hologram says something and they need to do something, you will get analytics from that as well. So we have this whole system ready to go. And so we work, as I said, on the content creation side after you created your hologram in a partner of us for the capture. And we have a pro license that you pay as you go, depending how many people are going to view the experience, how many minutes of hologram you need. And we also have an enterprise license, which then you have the whole power in your hands without any limitations, and also having detailed analytics report and, you know, in a like an actual enterprise level of license. And we support several formats from studios all around the world, and also game engines and other platforms like your own website, for example, your own portal. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what we do. So Victor at senseofspace.io, just show me an email that I will tell you more and we can go deeper on it. For further reading, I recommend on the Forbes website, Kathy Hackle has 2 awesome articles about volumetric video for the workforce and training. So go ahead, have a look on that, and also just send me an email. We can talk further. And yes, so that's all from my side. And thank you very much for the opportunity.
Excellent. Thank you, Victor from Sense of Space. Also very quality stuff they're doing. All right. And next, and actually the last speaker for today will be Yusikayala from 3D Bear. So I'm going to go ahead and invite Jussi on stage.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Henrik, for organizing this fabulous event. My name is Yusikayala. I'm the CEO and founder of 3D Bear. And with me today here, I have our corporate sector specialist, Miss Sara Käkönen. And let me just start off by telling you a little bit about what we do and what we can offer to you. So 3D Bear is a leading education technology company from Finland, and we have offices in New York on Union Square and in Bangalore in India. The coronavirus time has given great challenges for corporate training, employee training, and remote learning. How do you teach to encounter patients when you don't get to hospital? How do you teach how to do maintenance operations in factory when you don't get to factory? Virtual learning environments like VR and AR offer a solution for this specific need. 3D Bear is a Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation top 8 company in the world for XR in education, with millions of users worldwide and over 500 different simulations for corporate training created by our customers. How we are different from others is that we provide a tool for your trainers to create virtual learning environments themselves. So from us, you don't buy a ready simulation. From us, you don't buy a ready training environment. Your trainers create them. And that's what 3D Bear is about, providing tools for your trainers to create simulations in VR and AR that you can use whatever you desire. Here's some examples that what our customers have done. This is the Keura Vocational Group, and as an example, interior design. They have thousands of employees trained in these facilities every year, and instead of building the interior designs by hands, now they do the sketching, modeling virtually using augmented reality. This saves money and time. And as I mentioned, we have a lot of different examples available for any subject. If you see what people empowered by our tools have created. Let me just show one. So this is a home care visit environment where you practice elderly care.
Welcome to the home care office. You're about to start your morning shift. Open the client list on your phone.
I think there's some sort of a double voice maybe going on. I'm not sure why, but maybe it just reflects on the platform. So here is a patient that you will go to visit and perform an elderly care visit for. And then you continue.
Collect all the equipment you will need during the first visit.
First, you start selecting the right equipment. So for this specific patient with Alzheimer and high blood pressure, you need the blood pressure monitor, disinfectants, masks during coronavirus times, gloves, shoes, protective shoes, not these, so these are wrong, and a case to carry them on. Then you go to the patient, and it asks, what do you do? So in the patient information sheet, the specific patient had wanted to knock. So if you ring the doorbell, it said that the client had wished you to knock, try again. Good, and continue. And then you can keep knocking forever, and this patient doesn't answer, so then you need to figure out the next step is to open the door with electric locking device on your phone. You've arrived at the client's home, you need to notice safety risks, put on the right equipment, but actually the first thing to do is to greet the patient. And then you need to select the right ways of greeting the patient. So maybe this short demonstration is enough. I think you've gotten the feel of the environments that our customers have created in our platforms for whatever remote training needs available. It all goes through 3D Bear Academy. So when your trainers want to create AR, VR content for whatever, we have a well-thought service process that we take you, the journey we take you on. We train your trainers. We have a customer promise that whatever was your AR, VR teaching need, we will deliver. At the end of this process, you will have exactly that environment created for your needs. On top of that, your trainers have learned how to do AR, VR themselves. You don't need to buy any other providers from anywhere. And these environments that you create are easy to use and can be used by mobile phone or browser. So no any extra equipment can be needed. They can be obviously also used in VR goggles if you want. And again, we are 3D Bear. We are the top Finnish company for delivering do-it-yourself VR AR environments for corporate training, with empowering your trainers to create VR AR solutions themselves. Thank you.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Yusikayala from 3D Bear. Very interesting stuff. All right, and to the very end, I'd like to provide you with all the emails and the contact information of all the speakers for today on the company sites, and so you can go ahead once more, take a screenshot of it, so you can have a mark trace on who was presenting today. All right, so at this point, if there's any questions from any of our participants, you can either type them on the chat, or you can go ahead and click on the yellow button that says Ask for Floor, so I can go ahead and give you permission to use your microphone in this event. So either way, or like mentioned, you can go ahead and take up all those emails and contact us directly. All right. But seems like there's no further questions. I think all the presentations were so thorough and gave you all the information you were looking for from this event. I very hope personally that you were happy with all the presentations for today, and I'd like to dearly thank you for participating today. And also, I would also like to thank the Consul General of Finland in New York, and also City of Helsinki and Kuittinen Consulting for putting this all together and organizing all this great event. And we have been recording this event, so I'm sure Consulate General will provide all the participants with the link to recording of this event, so you can go ahead, watch it again, or share it with your colleagues, with your friends, whoever are interested in getting to know XR a bit better. All right, on my behalf, my name was Henrik Helin from 360 Media House. I'd like to dearly thank you for participating, and I wish you the best of the rest of the day. All right, thank you very much. Bye-bye.